all, and welcome to our channel. I already am wearing my lenses, my makeup, and a lovely wig cap, and I am going to make a Rapunzel with a twist. So she has this amazingly long hair, and she lets the hair down to let the handsome prince climb up to her to free her, and you guessed it, in my version it goes horribly wrong and she gets a torn scalp. So I made this little prop out of some latex, some tissue paper, and some hair extensions and some paint. So I have that for the photos. So I'm gonna clean the area where the wound is going to be, like that. And I'm going to use a piece of clean film to have a nice barrier between my hair and the gelatin and synwax. So I'm going to glue down the Pros-aide if I'm able to open the bottle. So a thin layer of Pros-aide. Is enough. And you let it dry clear, and then you press on the clean film. Like that. It's a bit too big, so I have to cut it. Like that. And then I will pin it down with some bobby pins. Now, let me show you a trick. So normally you use the bobby pin like this, right? This side up. But if you turn it upside down and then stick it into your hair or wig, it will hold so much better. So I found this nice long blonde wig that I braided on a Chinese web shop, and it's perfect for this look. So I fold it a bit inward so half of my scalp is exposed. And I will pin it down with lots of bobby pins. I missed a spot, so I'm gluing that down one more time. And then I get the bangs out of my face. Blondes have more fun. So I'm going to use some gelatin. Before you use the gelatin, after you warmed it up, test it, because you don't want it to be too hot. So I use a old towel to protect my clothing because it's messy, and I will slap down the gelatin. It's very, very, very sticky. And there goes a bobby pin. Okay, let's try that again. Just laying down the gelatin. At this point it doesn't have to be that neat. Let's try to make a nice gelatin head. When it's almost dry, I use a tongue depressor to make it a bit more rougher, to have a bit more structure to my wound. See, it's still sticky. So I'm going to use some setting powder from Mehron to remove the shine and remove the stickiness. Like that. Nice dust cloud of powder. And I'll take my bruisewheel from Mehron to lay down a base of color. And I'm gonna apply it with the Titanic SFX brushes, and I'll use the big stipple brush to apply a base color. Like that. And then I'm going to make the wound edge with the lovely synwax. You hate it or you love it. I do both. So I roll a sausage of wax, and I'm gonna Oh, I forgot to mention one step. I use some Pros-aide around the edges so my synwax will stick better to it. And I'm thirsty, so I need a bit of Coca-Cola. Continue. So I do that around the whole wound, just blending it in like that, using the spatula and some Vaseline so the synwax doesn't stick too much to my tools and my fingers. And I'm gonna blend it like that. Then I take again my setting powder, and then I'm going to use some fixative A to protect my synwax from bumping. Waiting till it's dry. And then add another layer of fixative A. Time for some color. And of course I use my all-time favorite palette from Encore, the blood palette. It looks nasty. Then I use again a stippling brush from Titanic to add some bruising and some more definition to the wound. So then I'm going to use the Resurrect the Dead palette from Dashbo to make it more opaque. I go back and forth with the Dashbo palette and the Encore palette, so add a bit of bruising. As you probably can see that I'm using a different camera that I normally use. My normal camera had some charging issues, so I had to use my Panasonic camera, and it has not as much quality as my normal camera has, so I apologize for that. So after I finish the painting, I will continue with some blood gels for Maekup, the light and dark. And I slap it on there with a spatula to give it more structure, you know. Just building up the wound. This is a very simple look to do. And then, of course, two of my favorite bloods is a drying blood from Vermillion, and I mix them two up, and I use a stipple sponge to apply it and move it around inside the wound, and a little bit on the hair. And then the Mouldlife aged blood, oops, in a tinier bottle for the dramatic effect. Just let it drip down your face, smudge it a bit with a baby wipe. Just getting the hair out of my way. Now I have to get my hair ready. No, I'm not really, just have to do some more smudging. Then I have to comb my long, luscious blonde locks. One more bobby pin. I think in total I have 30 bobby pins on my head. It took me forever to take off. Okay. So there we have it. Thank you for watching, and see you guys next time, same place, different look. Bye.